Hello everyone, I'm Rob the Mod. Welcome to part 85 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. And this is the last Gran Turismo 7 on a Monday. So basically from next Monday, it's kind of complicated, but basically when I got my Xbox Series X, I'd finished Forza Horizon 5 on the Xbox One. I'd finished the main campaign, I'd done all the races and everything. And then I got an Xbox Series X, and I hadn't played Forza Horizon 5 in ages, but it came with the Xbox Series X because I used to have Forza Horizon 5 on Game Pass. I let my Game Pass sub expire when I was switching to PlayStation, and then I got an Xbox Series X. It came with Forza Horizon 5 as like an actual paid, as like a download code, and it came with all the DLC for the game. So I thought, well, I'm gonna do that on the channel. I'm gonna do the 2 DLCs, and then they're kind of, it's like Gran Turismo in the fact that they constantly update. It's kind of live service ish. Although my understanding is now, by the time you see this, they'll have stopped that. But that's what they were doing. So I went to do the DLCs. I noticed there was new stuff that I hadn't done, so I decided, oh, I'm gonna put those as bonus videos before I do the DLCs, and then the DLCs are bonus videos because at this point I'd moved on, so there wasn't any slots, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of. I'm not going to do it by Dick Quine. I'm going to do it by performance points, because I want the Valkyrie. But yeah, that's basically it. So no more Gran Turismo 7 on a Monday. It's probably going to be on a Friday or whatever. Because even though when Forza Horizon 5 finishes, when the DLCs for that finish, I'm not going to put it back on a Monday because I keep saying I'm going to do Forza Motorsport. And I keep putting it off. But because I didn't want to have it compete against Forza Horizon 5. Basically. That's why. So by doing it on the after Forza Horizon 5 is finished, I'll be okay with that, basically. So yeah, Forza Motorsport is going to be on Monday after Forza Horizon 5 finishes, and Gran Turismo 7 is most likely going to be on a Friday from now on. Now, occasionally there may be additional bonus videos. I'm not sure. Sometimes bonus videos happen. For example, I say that Forza Horizon 5 is literally next week, and it is. But then the week after, it's actually a Pac-Man The Ghostly Adventures 2 as a bonus video. And the reason for that is basically there was a weird glitch that happened while I was recording, and it basically caused me to have to quit the level that I was playing. But I decided, oh, I'm going to release that as a video because it's funny. And I just wanted to kind of document the glitch that happened. So it's a bonus video that's on a Monday, and the only reason it's getting released is because it's literally the level that, the episode that was the level that the glitch happened in is also getting released on the Monday. And that occasionally happens, if there's a bonus video and it's to do with a game, because I know there's actually no, I think I was wrong there, because I was gonna say that there's 2 bonus Grand Theft Auto San Andreas videos, but I actually think I just scheduled them like normal. I don't think they count as bonus, but they're not like parts, if you know what I mean. They're like side mission stuff that I didn't count as a part, but it needed to be done, basically. Why is this 4 laps? Seriously. That guy was in second. I was making sure. Because I don't want any more guys to overtake. So yeah, it's a bit of an awkward situation, but you have Forza Horizon 5 next week. Then the week after you have Pac-Man The Ghostly Adventures. Then you have Forza Horizon 5 again. And then you have the Hot Wheels DLC, and then you have the Rally Adventure DLC, and then it's going to move on to Forza Motorsport. Ooh, a 6-star parts roulette ticket. Just what I wanted. Japanese 4-wheel drive challenge. Of course, we're going to be in the GTR. Why wouldn't we? Although actually 2 laps for this is depends, but like it might be a bit difficult. I think I said that last time, and it was rather easy. But I'm trying to go for like the clean race board. I can now. Like unless I'm going in the Tomahawk, I'm trying to go for the clean race boards, and I'm trying to do everything in like driving view. I tell you what, this feels weird not having the camera be all like bumpy. The reason being is I'm playing at the moment Shift 2, Need for Speed Shift 2. Oh god, you awkward sod. Hitting the brakes for no reason. But yeah, try and play Shift 2, going through that. And that is it's a fun game, but from what I've played so far, but yeah, the camera is like, they went all in on like the, oh yeah, we're trying to make the camera as realistic as possible. You are the driver, and it's basically like, I'll try and do a demonstration as we go down the thing. Once we get past these two. But it's like, as you're driving along, the vision gets blurry from further, like in the distance, and the camera's kind of shaking about like this as you're going at speed. You can't really demonstrate it with like Gran Turismo, but like, you know, the camera's kind of doing that, and it's like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a bit sickening for people watching, but like, motion sickness, if you know what I mean. But like, I'm playing through it. It's kind of I mean, the first Shift did it as well, but it wasn't as bad. I don't think. I don't remember it being as bad. This one, it kind of puts you inside the helmet. Like, the first one, it was kind of like this Gran Turismo style view here. And things got blurry in the distance, and if you hit things, like, it went black and white and all that. It was... But it wasn't, like, distracting. Like, this is, like the actual Shift 2 camera thing is kind of a little bit distracting when you watch it. When you're playing it, you proper get into it. Because the camera, like, looks towards, like, the corners. So it's a little bit awkward gameplay-wise, because the camera's moving on its own, and it's kind of putting you out of perspective. Because obviously you, as a person, you're just looking at the same screen. But, you know, you don't move your head. Well, from what I've played of Shift 2 so far, I've been enjoying it. And I say it's a short game. It's a bit weird. Same thing that happened with, like, Shift 1. I always kind of thought they were long games. But, like, because I never finished them on, like, the 360. I had them on the 360, I had both of them. Weirdly enough, I've told the story before. Shift was actually the reason I got my 360. Even though I didn't actually get it at first. Basically, I got my 360 in, like, that 2009. Because my 360 that I have not used it in ages. Probably several years at this point, despite doing 360 videos on the channel, because it's kind of it's broken basically. Well, it's not broken, it's just the disk drive itself is, like, effectively dead. It won't open. It only opens if you slam the top of it, basically. And then, like, it kind of does, like, the thing of, like, sometimes you have to, like, hold it open as well. And it's like, so if you're trying to put the disc in, it's gonna, like, snapshot on you, basically. And it's awkward. So I haven't used it. Basically, any 360 game that I want to play, I'll play on PS3 instead. Especially considering PS3 games weirdly are cheaper to buy used than they are on 360. Despite the 360. Well, I know the hang on. I was gonna say I might have to tune this up, but probably not. We'll see. Actually, I might just put the, like, proper soft tires on it. There we go. They on? No, they're not. I'll put them on. The soft tires just kind of will massively help. Funny thing is, I had to drive on this track in shift. Well, although it was the shortened version of this. It's actually the long version of Nürburgring GP. I'm sure you knew that. I'm sure the short version is in this game. But basically, it just cuts out this entire section. I didn't want to hit you, but I did. Definitely does that bit. Yeah. So yeah, this is like the short version of the track, but I just realised, but like the version in shift is even shorter. Very weird. God. I had to do that. We're doing 134 mile an hour. Electric cars, man, like, when we all get them, it's going to be weird, because people are going to have so much power that they just never really had, like, for, like, price to performance, if you know what I mean. Like, they're going to have so much more power than they used to. Why have you got an absolutely massive spoiler on? That just looked really dumb. Not gonna lie. Yeah, the speed at which this car accelerates. Again, here's another dumb guy with a massive spoiler on. I think he's trying to, like, copy the Pikes Peak car, actually. At least in that red colour. This acceleration is just ridiculous. I know it's not, like, super quick, but, like, for what this is, a small hatchback, it is ridiculous. Like, I'm going to go from 60 to 70 in, what was that, like 2 seconds or something? We top out at 134. At least on that straightaway. We're not even topping out yet. Got even faster here. Finally in the lead though. Come on, turn. I've actually managed to forget what I was on about as well. I know I was in the middle of a conversation about something. Oh yeah, it was about shift, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, kind of finished that conversation. But yeah, after this I got Mario Wonder to record. And then basically everything for like December 2026 is recorded. And then I'm going to move on to recording everything for January 2027. Hooray. Because I was going to just play games until they were finished. The problem with that is with like really long games, it's just, you get bored basically. I like to have a selection of games going on. Oh, that's what I was saying about Shift. I started them on like 360, and like, yeah, I never finished them. I don't know why, because now that I've played them, they're actually not that long. Maybe I was playing them on a higher difficulty or something, because I when I do Let's Plays now, I just put everything on easy, because it's like, when you're talking and you're trying to play a game, it's awkward. And as fun as like raging at a game is in a video, it's not great. So a lot of the time I just put a game on easy now, if it has a difficulty select, and I just play it that way. For the purposes of a Let's Play. If I was going to play something by myself, I would definitely up the difficulty. But yeah, I never finished Shift 1 or Shift 2 on 360 for some reason. Maybe I just got bored of them, because, back then I used to play a lot of games with the other members of the Insane Gamers. So there wasn't a lot of time to do single player things. And I think I was telling the story about how I got Shift 1. It was a bit awkward, because, like, I was a big Need for Speed fan. I'm sure everyone kind of knows this if you watch the channel. I wouldn't be doing all the games if I wasn't a big Need for Speed fan. And basically, I had like Underground 2, Most Wanted, Carbon on PS2, and then I got Pro Street and Undercover. Which those are not the version. Well, to be fair, Undercover, probably no version is actually worth getting, but I mean, PC, from what I understand, you can, like, there's updates and stuff to fix it, so PC version is probably the version to play of Undercover. Because it's very glitchy on PS3 and 360. And then it's also kind of very glitchy on PS2 and Wii. Incredibly glitchy. Pro Street, honestly, as a kid, I hated Pro Street. It's very weird because it's like, why would I get Shift if I didn't like Pro Street? But like the reception to Pro Street at the time was kind of like that. It was because it came off like the street racing thing of Underground 2, Most Wanted, and Carbon, and then it was just like, what the hell? Why is there a track-based Need for Speed? You got Gran Turismo. You got plenty of other track-based games. And then they kind of came back with Undercover, but that wasn't very good. So then, like, obviously they went to Shift. And at that time, development cycles got a lot longer. Race of Turbo Sports Car. What's the thing? 700 or less. Of course, we're going to use this. Enter. Alright. But yeah, basically, so Shift was announced, and they were like, oh, it's not going to be on PS2. And I was like, shit, I can't play the new Need for Speed. So I asked for a 360 for Christmas that year, and I ended up getting it. But the bundle that my 360 actually came with, it came with Forza Motorsport 3. It came with Quantum of Solace, Fewer, and Lego Batman. So I technically got 4 games, and this was like a £200 bundle. Like, oh, and an extra controller as well. Didn't really need. But you know, it came with that, and it was, and this was like an Xbox 360 Elite as well. Like that was a legit great deal. Because I'm thinking about it now, it's like I paid 500 for a bloody. Or was it like might have been less than 500, but like I paid, you know, 500-ish for what, this? For the PS5 that came with, it came with Spider-Man Miles Morales, and that was it. Technically Astro's Playroom, if you want to be pedantic. Got a big gap here in the cars, isn't there? Especially when this thing has a maximum PP. For the event, basically. So weird that PS2 era of like games is so weirdly like, I know I was a kid, but like it's so weirdly like magical, if you know what I mean. It's and even like the 360 PS3 era, like that was a good era. Like I don't know what it was, but like the Xbox, I mean, as I've played them, like PS4 games have kind of, yeah, okay, I've appreciated them more, and I do appreciate the PS5 games that I'm playing. But there's just something about like that PS2 era that's very weird, because like the console was incredibly cheap. And like the games were cheap as well. And I don't mean like, at least here, like, and I think it was because there was like multiple game stores that were like competing. But like now, if you want to buy a game brand new, it's 70 quid. Whereas, God, your acceleration is massive. Whereas back then, not only were new games 40, and that was for AAA stuff, but God, yeah, the acceleration in this car is massive. I'm gonna have to just get past it. But like beyond that, like used games were cheap as well. No, you're not getting past. Like, so yeah, your AAA games were 40 quid, and then you had like AA games, and then your single A games, which we'd now kind of call indie. Like your single A game will be like 20 quid new, and like your shovelware and licensed tie-in crap, basically at that price. And then your double A games was kind of like the stuff that like I don't know. It's kind of like the weird kind of stuff. Like, I'm gonna insult people. Like, well, not insult people, but like insult a game here. Like, kind of like Okami. Like, I've always wanted to play that. I have it on Xbox One. I have the HD version. Never played it. I had the demo of it on the PS2, and that's what I played. But like, I actually want to play the full game. I'm like, Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, like games like this. They were big experiences, but they were kind of AAA, but they were weird. They weren't like Sony kind of knew that if they sold them at full price, or like third-party developers knew that if they sold them at full price, they weren't going to sell as many as your big franchises as your Need for Speeds, your FIFAs and stuff like that. Big budget stuff. So even though these games had like big-ish budgets, they were lower budget than AAA stuff, basically. And that's kind of where like the experiments happened, I guess, in gameplay terms. Like, I'm not sure if God of War actually started kind of as like a AA game. Now that I think about it. But yeah, basically in that era you had like 3 different price points for your new games that were coming out. That were affordable. And then, like, because of like all the used games, all the different used game stores that existed, it was just insane. Like within a year or even 6 months, at some points, like 6 months after release, you go into like Game or Game Station, and there'd be like 2 for 20 quid on like used copies of the AAA games. And then like a year after they come out, it'd be like 4 for 20. It was ridiculous. So effectively, for the price of 2 AAA games, you could get 8-year-old games. It was insane. And then there was even bigger offers than that, like you'd get your 20 quid offer, but like games that were even older than that, you'd get more for them, obviously. More for the price. They just wanted them cleared. And then, like, at the end of the era, like, when the 360 and the PS3 came out, they were obviously trying to clear all that, like, previous era's worth of stuff. And just... the prices were just ridiculous. Like, you won't believe it. Like, I wish I had a GameCube at that point. I did not. But I remember seeing, like, first-party Nintendo GameCube games. And you could get them at, like, ridiculous prices. Like, they just wanted them gone. Like, they were selling Mario Sunshine and stuff for, like, £5. And I kind of wish at that point, like, if I had a GameCube, I would have been... like, this was, like, 2007. Like, the Wii was already a success. And it was weird, because, like, the Wii could play GameCube games, but no one really knew this for some reason. It didn't help that, of course, Nintendo were kind of like, a lot of they were doing games on, like, the GameCube and Wii, but obviously the Wii version had the motion control, so people were just kind of buying the Wii version. But yeah, if I'd had a GameCube back then, I would have literally just bought loads of GameCube games. Like, that's what people did, apparently. Like a lot of people that, like, are hardcore GameCube collectors, they just bought a whole bunch of them back then, and then obviously the value of the collection has gone up in price over the years. Don't know why my eyes are watering up, but they are. So apologies about that. Yay, cling rest bonus. Roulette ticket. Right, let's do the last event. Well, if we can exit. I don't want to be on this, I want to exit. Someone took a Focus RS into that event. Wow. What is up with my hair? Hang on. Fix that. World Touring Car 900. What can we have? We can't have the Tomahawk, unfortunately. We can, however, have the Vision Gran Turismo. Suzuka. That's funny enough as well, because that's a track that I've just been doing on. Hang on, let's check the race shop. Yes, I have medium tyres. Right. Yeah, this is a track that I've been doing on Shift 2. Although it's a shortened version of Suzuka that's at least at the start of the game. What about later on if we get the full version of Suzuka? But yeah, these S's are very weird in that game. And then you go along here, and then basically you turn right at this point, as you can see there. And that's the short version of Suzuka. It might be in this game as well. Not sure. Ten laps of it. Oh. Back end was spinning. I don't like this view, I'll be honest, for like this car, so I'm gonna go in this view. I think it's kind of like the steering wheel, to be honest. That I don't like. Oh, God. Had to get past those at speed. '13th in the first lap. Have to pay attention to the tyres as well. Honestly think we'll probably end up going in for fuel at the end of like the 5th lap. See. Away. I tried to race cleanly, but you know. Sometimes they just get in your way, and that's why I end up doing the Tomahawk thing. Just ram them. Speed. Oh God, there's a massive difference. So I say that, it's... cutting down pretty quick. Especially if some of them have to pit. For me, we can use that to our advantage. We've already caught up to this guy, as you can see. A whole bunch of them up there. Get past this guy. Get past all these guys on the straight. We go off the track horribly. Not even on the straight yet, and then I'm overtaking some of these guys. Come on. Here we go. I think I just caused him to slightly spin out a bit there. About halfway through our fuel, so shouldn't actually need to hit until the 6th lap, but obviously that relies on our tyres also being good enough for that point. Tell you what though, the other two are ages ahead, look. This is the only annoying thing with this, like, with this game. Is like, effectively, it's a, I know a lot of people complain about this, but oh god, that's not gone well. Get back on the track. Yeah, that's ruined that lap. Probably ruined the tyres a lot, to be honest, as well. But yeah, it's But yeah, it's a slightly annoying thing with this game in the fact that, like, it puts you at the back, and it's basically just catch up to the front to win. That's all it is. Bypass all the cars that are in front. Okay, none of them have gone in for pits yet. I'm hoping that they would, but they haven't. Hopefully they'll do it at the end of this lap. Kind of hoping they'll go in for a pit at the end of lap 5, being the AI. Making sure to not go off the track at this point. Which I did there, but... Right, I spotted the other guy. We are gaining on him. Back end wants to slide out. Not gonna let it. I don't know how refueling works in this when it's an electric car, isn't it? Actually, no. I think it is actually like got a proper engine in it. I think it's a hybrid. Nope. Not going in for fuel. Interesting. Well, I'm going to overtake this one if I can, and then I'm going to go into fuel. And if it doesn't go in for fuel, then that's annoying. But I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it. I feel like the last time I did this, like, the AI actually didn't pit. But I could be wrong, and I basically had to start from, like, 6 or something to, like, get back to first. But like I said, I could be wrong on that. What's the fuel? Yeah, I'm gonna put it at that power level then, aren't I? See if we can eke an extra. Do I want to? That's the question. Where is the pit? Is that the pit lane? I don't think it was. The pit lane is here. Swap the tires. Oh yeah, the AI is pitting with me. Only gonna fuel up to like the point where we need to like there. Or should I leave my fuel map on fuel map 6? Because if the AI has to pit, oh god, no! Get back on the track. And I see the AI anyway. But yeah, if this AI has to pit anyway at the end of this lap, then it doesn't really matter. Please pit. Yep. Idiot. He's not an idiot, you know, but like... If he pitted at the same time as us... It would have still been... He would have come out when we did, so he would have still been in the race. Whereas now he's got put further back. I went under as a car went over there and I didn't hear it. Very disappointing. I'm just, every time I race this track as well, I'm reminded of the event that had to be done on Gran Turismo 6 here. Like the challenge that was complete a lap of it with less than a lap's worth of fuel. So basically you had to coast a lot. Only lapping this guy. With Castrol Tom Super. Kind of like, why is it even in the event? Well, Freak is towards the back. I am going to go all full out throttle on the last lap, by the way. Come on. I mean, I don't know why I'm saying come on. I kind of want to lap these guys that are up here. Why? How are you this far behind? You're in a freaking McLaren. I lose the back end. I was tempted to actually turn off the traction control, and then I kind of realized, no, as soon as I put the power down on that corner, I'm going to spin. That is just what's going to happen. Overtake another McLaren F1. Who's actually going in for the pits. On lap 9, well done. Brilliant pit strategy there. Didn't get a clean race bonus, kind of understandable. Because I did go off the track several times and I'm pretty sure I hit a few people. If not, I tried not to. Do the, actually that's been surprisingly short episode. Considering we had a 10 race, or 10 lap race at the end. Right, credit ticket. Do this. 4-star roulette ticket. Horse. It was always going to be. Right. Useless parts ticket. Typically for a car that you don't even have. Brakes, at least. For what? An LFA. I might actually own an LFA, I'm not sure. Right. Car ticket. This is the one that we care about. You can get a car worth at least 500,000 credits. It's the bloody Enzo. Oh, it's a Red Bull. Red Bull X 2014 standard. Okay, that's actually not bad. What's that worth? 3 million credits, I think that is. What it's worth? Gonna have to look. Not Gran Turismo Live. Worth 3 million credits? Japan. Or to Asia, I should say, for Gran Turismo. Not a real car. I don't need the wish list thing on it now. Acquired it, yeah, it's 3 million credits. Have I not acquired that? I don't. But yeah, I'm actually saving up my credits. I'm hoping to get the it's a really stupid thing. There's like an Alfa Romeo that's like in the Legend car dealership that's like 20 million credits. Now it's completely useless. It's an old car, but I'm trying to go for every car. And I'm doing it in like the order that like the alphabetical order, if I can. So yeah, unfortunately, Alfa Romeo that's 20 million is kind of required. So yeah, I have been RobtheMod. Thank you very much for watching part 85 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. Hope to see you next time for more. Ta-ra.